Hey mamas, welcome here. If you're new here, my name is Kate Santana. I'm a wife and a mom of almost 3-year-old, she'll be 3 in September, Olivia Joy, and almost 4-month-old Eden Elizabeth, who will be joining me for today's video. So as you can tell by the title today, I'm going to be talking all about my toy organization. I started implementing Montessori with Olivia around 1-year-old, and then kind of recently I decided to move away from it a little bit and try out some other things. And recently I've moved back towards Montessori, so I'm leaning that way a lot more recently. So what you're going to see today is pretty Montessori aligned, although not 100%. We're Montessori-ish here, not all the way, but I really am leaning that way, and I'm finding that Olivia is doing really well with it in this season, so that's what we're going to go for. My goal with this video is just to make organizing your playroom or your family room easier for you. I hope that these tips are helpful. I am no expert and my house isn't perfectly organized, but I think that there are some things that I've learned along the way that will hopefully help you, as I've learned from other moms, and so I'm hoping to just share some of that wisdom with you. So when I finally started to have some time to myself, because Eden is napping in her crib now, first thing that I did was I ordered these under the bed storage containers. I will link them down below, and I'll also show you a picture of them. I got 4 of them. They were a bit of an investment. I am shocked how much these actually cost. However, they were really important to organize this playroom. So essentially, I put 80% of what was out in our playroom away and under our guest room bed. So what's left is 20% of her toys. I know. And now I rotate the toys every Sunday. My goal is to essentially, and I learned this from Montessori, have one thing on each spot in the shelving that we already have. So open shelving, and there's one thing on each part of the shelf so that it is not overwhelming to the eye, and it is enticing Olivia to want to play with it because she can see everything. It's not cluttered, which I will show you in a moment. I only left a very small percentage of books out, and I'll show you how I've started to display books. Eden's toys are not on shelves yet because she's not to that point where she can really reach to a shelf. She's not mobile, although she is getting there. But I have displayed some of her books cover facing out, which I never did with Olivia, but it is more enticing for her, and honestly even for Olivia, to look at the books that way. So I'm going to show you, this is our great room that I'm sitting in right now, and I'm going to show you around the entire great room and just kind of give you a lay of the land and how I've organized things, and then stick around for the second half of the video because I'm going to show you some of the Montessori activities. I have been doing with Olivia recently, so you're going to want to stick around for that part. All right, so let's get to the room tour. This is Eden's spot. This is a Love Every Play mat that she is laying on, and then the IKEA play gym. She loves playing with these socks, which is great. And then these are Eden's toys over here. Again, she doesn't have much, so this is definitely not Montessori the way that I am sort of storing them, but there's not much in here, and I just pull out something new for her to play with when she starts to get bored. Right, honey? All right, so we'll start with this side of the room here. It's just like a little sitting area, and we'll look at these shelves. We have a record player, which Olivia knows how to turn on. I really like playing old records for her. Then we have this little container, which just has a few mini books. She loves looking at these mini books. They fall apart so easily though. So we have a few mini books in there. And then these are the books that I read with Eden right now. So they all have realistic pictures on them, which is Montessori based. I have her little changing station and just some blankets for her. And then these, my mother-in-law just got for Olivia. They're little skill boards. So they are here, and she plays with them honestly every day because she can see them and she just loves to grab them. Oh my goodness, you are talking so much. So on the top shelf, we still have a few of my books and a few Legos that we've built with Olivia, and we keep them up here to stay away from the baby. Then here, this is actually Eden's Montessori toy. We have these wooden fruits that she likes to cut and she can see them. A doctor kit, I just thrifted this basket. She likes playing with that. Here we have an instrument box. We have a guitar. And then in here is just some shakers, a drum, and some drumsticks. To be honest, this box is probably the worst box that I have, or the worst basket, because you can't really see what's in there. Although she knows what's in there, it's not as enticing. This record player, I've had for a long time, but she's recently been able to actually put the records on and start it herself, so that's great. She loves music, so these stay out almost all the time. I thrifted this keyboard a while ago. It just goes under here. And then over here, we have this new guitar, which she has been loving, and her drum set off to the side. So this area here is basically all like music oriented, sound oriented, so she knows to come over here and get her music stuff. Over here, we have this scale, which is from a Love Every Play kit. I will link that down below for you. And right now it just has some little felt stars in it. I work with her on this most of the time to help her kind of understand what's happening, because she doesn't fully understand weight and heavy and light yet. But we do work with this, and she will grab it and play with it herself, so you can put things in the buckets. We recently got this and she loves it. It's just play food. It's play ice cream. So she's obsessed with ice cream. This is actually a magnet, so the ice cream stays on here. And then it sticks to the cone, and you press the little button and it comes off. So she loves this. I put it in a clear just container so that she can see what's in there, and she grabs it all the time. We have a few books here for her to read. Not too many. It looks like a lot, but honestly, I put so many books away already. These are little animal figurines, which honestly, I'm gonna switch out on Sunday because she's just not super into them anymore, although she used to be. But we have so many animal figurines. Maybe if we put them away for a little while and then bring them back out again, she'll like them. And then this is the Love Every block set, which she has been playing with a lot. You can actually use this to make a ramp for her little cars to go down. And she likes to build towers and knock them over and all kinds of stuff. So this is actually really heavy. So I keep it under here so that it doesn't like fall on her. And then last but not least, in this section, we have these blocks. They're starting to be a little bit too like elementary for her, I guess. She does still like to build towers with these, but I actually recently, as you saw, got her Legos, which are up high in the pantry because they're choking hazards for Eden. So Olivia can only play with the Legos when she asks us to play with her. Last thing here, let me lift the camera up, is this toy, which I actually just randomly found and Olivia has been loving, so we keep it there. And then some chew toys for Eden. We have our sectional. Over here, I'll just show you quick, there's not really toys over here, but this is our dining room. Eden has a spot where she sits while we are at the table. High chairs and waiting over there. We have some stuff outside. This is the last part of the family room that I want to show you. So again, most of these baskets are secondhand. So in the front, I have all the library books that we have checked out right now. So right now, I just have 3 library books in here. They are pretty cool. And then in the back, I have workbooks. Olivia is actually really into workbooks, like really into them, and asks me to do them with her. So we just have a few workbooks in here. I can link the ones we have down below. They're just like preschool workbooks. So she pulls those out when she wants them. And what I like about that basket is that you can actually, again, see what's in there, and that's always helpful for your child to want to play with it. Then on top of here, I have these family photo albums that I always get made every year. This is our 2021. You want to look at the family? Our kids have loved looking at them. I love looking at them. When people come over, they like to look at them. So I just like having them out in a place where they can kind of be conversation starters, or our kids can look at them if they want to. Then I have this 3-section basket, which I recently thrifted. So in the first section, I have I know, you reading to me? I have a devotional book for kids, which I thrifted again. It's just one book in there, it's not cluttered, and Olivia loves to grab this, and we do a devotion together every day. And then in the middle section, I just have little like people figurines. This is not super Montessori because they're not realistic at all. She has Daniel Tiger figurines in there. And then she also has the little people figurines from her Love Every block set. And then in the final section, I have these cards that came with Love Every. To be honest, she doesn't really play with them much right now, but they're kind of like Simon Says cards. So that stays up here. Next to that, I have a magnifying glass, which I recently got her, and she just likes looking at stuff right now with it. So I keep that out there. The first one is this spelling activity. So these boards, they have two sides. They have a word. It's either a 3-letter or 4-letter word. I know. And then there are letters on the other side, so you can do it. And then I have 3 puzzles. This ballerina thing that she likes, it's magnetic, and in here is like the ballerina's outfits. So she puts that on there. Oh my gosh, Eden is so talkative, I'm sorry. We also have 2 puzzles in these shelves. And then the very last section, sorry I'm sitting in front of it, is this basket which has her dress up stuff. Yeah, because she loves dressing up like a ballerina. So she's got a crown, she's got her ballet shoes, she's got these little craft things that we crafted. They're popsicle sticks with buttons and ribbons on the end, and she uses them to dance with. And then usually her tutu is in here, but I don't know where it is right now. So she pulls this out constantly to play dress up. And I just put that right there. So that is it as far as how we organize our toys. I'm gonna show you now some of the Montessori activities that I have planned. They're not displayed out here, but they're like a very specific activity when she's like, I want something new, I want something new to do. I have certain activities, or what Montessori people call like tray activities, planned for her. And I plan several for the week. Sometimes she goes through all of them in one day, and then I have to like look more up at night for the next day. So I will show you a bunch of those in the second half of the video.
That's so good.
Beautiful. Where do you want to put that one?
Right here.
You want to put that one in there too?
Yeah.
Beautiful. The first tray activity I've done with Olivia recently is flower arranging.
Here we go.
Okay, what about the rest of these?
Yeah, how about the green one?
Oh, the green one. What do you think? Take a look at all of your flowers that you have here.
And then so I can hold it.
There we go. So I go outside and clip a bunch of flowers from our yard, put them on a tray, and give her a few empty vases of different sizes in order to arrange the flowers. She was really into it, and it was a really fun activity. The toothpick drop.
Red.
See?
Orange. Yellow.
This Montessori activity is something that helps Olivia work on her fine motor skills. I also gave her rainbow toothpicks, which you don't have to do, but you can, and she likes putting them in rainbow order. She likes trying to put 2 in at a time, which you'll see coming up in the video in just a little bit. And it's just something really quick that I have stored on the counter, and I can pull out whenever I need a fun activity for a few minutes while I'm prepping something in the kitchen, and she gets creative with it, which is the best part. Yep, okay, we're gonna do button bears.
Little.
So go ahead and put buttons on the bears.
One.
And then when you're done, you have to tell me where the numbers belong. Button bears. This is a totally customizable math Montessori activity. I just decided on buttons and bears because I thought they were cute together. Later on, she's going to do googly eyes. She can do pom-poms. Where does one go? Which bear is one?
This one.
Yeah, so put it up here above his head. There you go. Okay.
2.
Now get the 2. Which bear is 2?
2.
Good. And as you can see, I just took Post-its and drew very basic bears on them and put little dots for 1 button, 2 buttons, 3, 4, and 5. You can make this fancier. This took me almost no time to assemble, and it's helping her with counting. Now let's talk a little bit more about practical life. I'm going to show you Olivia pouring her own cereal, her own milk, her own maple syrup, and her own chocolate chips into her oatmeal. Okay, now you have chocolate chips and syrup. I want you to pour it into your bowl all by yourself. Good? Okay.
This is a little bowl. And some more syrup in my cup.
It's in there. Now you take your spoon and you mix it around.
Let's get one,
And now you eat it. Mommy's gonna put some blueberries in hers. I'm gonna sit here with you.
Look.
It's okay. I will get a towel. Okay, let's clean up the drips. Can you wipe it?
It's okay to make mistakes.
It is okay to make mistakes. Oh, yep, there we go. Here, I will help you.
That too.
Yep, we'll get that. All right, and then we'll get that part, and we'll move the bowl closer so it doesn't drip. How does that sound? See how I eat over my bowl so it doesn't drip? Look, watch. Mommy puts her mouth over the bowl. Put your face over the bowl. There you go. Mmm.
Hey.
Yeah?
I love you.
I love you too. You're so sweet.
I also need my drink.
And you also need your drink, yeah? I hope that this was helpful. Next time I might make this into 2 separate videos because it got super long. But if you're interested in seeing more of the Montessori activities that I do with Olivia, I didn't include too many of them just because of how long the video was getting. Go ahead and let me know in the comments down below what you would like to see, and I can definitely make another video with more content. I appreciate hearing from you guys always. I hope you have a great week. Don't forget to subscribe if this is something you're interested in and you're not subscribed yet, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.